Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to our VILLARREAL career series here on FIFA 19. We are in episode 4 of our live stream series, and if you remember last episode, we actually managed to stay unbeaten, so we've won 8 out of our first 10 games. I can quickly show you, actually. So yeah, after 10 games of playing games, 10 games of playing games of the last 2 streams have been 5 games each, which is what I'm continuing. Won 8, drawn 2. We've got a goal difference of about plus 16 in those 10 games. We're actually getting back to levels where we expect, because at the start of last episode we were just only scoring 1 goal per game, which wasn't really ideal. One other thing that I want to say before we get into today's games is, obviously, like I've said, this is a progressive series, so what I mean by that is, just because I'm starting with VRL doesn't mean I'm actually going to be staying here. This is my career, so I want to be conquering Europe. Obviously, I'm not going to be even thinking of leaving this season, but were I to do so, obviously I could be either offered offered a job naturally from a different club, or I could go on to the browse jobs. And at the moment there are some potential jobs, including Atletico Madrid, who we actually do play first in this episode, who are sitting top of La Liga. So it's weird how there's a job opening there. There's Real Betis. This one's a bit more realistic, because that's currently sat in 15th with 1 win, 4 draws and 2 losses. But there are a few English teams. I don't know if I want to go to an English team in this series, just because I'm used to English teams, or I just want to stick to European teams. But you look, we've got the big teams in here with Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City and Manchester United, and even Tottenham. But yeah, this is obviously how I would do it in the future. But this season I'm not focused. I would ideally I would prefer to go to a different club, maybe over summers, and don't go halfway through a season. But who knows? We're things can happen in this series that can mix it up. But anyway, into today's stream. So we have another 5 games for you. So I had a look at them at the end of last stream, which was yesterday. But we start off with a top of the table clash against Atletico. They are set in first place, we are set in second place on the same amount of points. Then we have another Europa League game against Rapid Vienna. We've won both our games so far in the group. Then we've got Alaves, who are sat in third place currently in La Liga, which is interesting. And then only 2 days later, which I don't like, so literally in the space of 6 days, we have 3 games, which is a bit annoying. We are away to Real Betis in the cup. Potentially could go out of that if we can't field a good team. And then the last game of this episode, we are going to be playing against Levante. Anyway, without further ado, we are going to get into this top of the table clash against Atletico Madrid. It's going to be a tough game, but we are at home, so I'm expecting us to get at least something. Let's go. No, they can wear their home kit, because that alternate kit isn't very nice. It is going to be a rainy night, and the other game going on in La Liga tonight is Real Madrid versus Levante. So they'll be pushing to get back into the top 4 because of their recent slump in the last episode. I'm happy with that team right now. Actually, is there anything I could change in the team? Actually, Sanabria is going to come in. He's been in better form than Gerard Moreno. But other than that, I'm very happy with that. As you might be aware, yesterday I did, well, at the time of streaming this, yesterday I did try and start a Liverpool stream series. I'm actually not going to do that. I decided to delete it halfway through a stream, because it wasn't feeling right. I'd rather do that just off stream. But there is obviously an opening for doing a separate career mode series that runs alongside this one, maybe one that sticks just to England, so maybe start in the lower leagues and work my way up. So if you've got any suggestions of teams I could start with, then be sure to tell me. But anyway, back to my VRL career. Let's get into this game against Atletico Madrid. This is one I'm looking forward to, but at the same time I'm very apprehensive about it. It's going to be a tough game. Griezmann is the top goal scorer in the league, so it's going to be a tough game. It is a rainy evening here in Villarreal. Really has had a good start in goal for us, but anyway, let's get into the game. Sanabria is in decent form, so hopefully he can continue that form with a goal against the league early league leaders. Oh Jesus, that was a powerful effort. Gaspar is back on the overlap run. Can he get an early cross in? It is a decent cross, and Arias manages to get it out for the first corner of the game. We are a team that does actually get quite a bit of corners. Sanabria go near post. Correa does well to get it away. Need to get the ball away from Griezmann. Oh, we've done well there to get it away. Sanabria to Gaspar. Oh, he's found the ball into Vasquez, but Sal gets it away. We're still going to aim towards that near post. Can we get... Oh, there. Rodri gets it away nicely, but Oblak sold himself a bit there. Okay, Alvaro does very well to keep it in play. Can he switch it to Costa? Yes, he can. That was a lovely ball. Sanchez to Vasquez. We got it back to... got it back to Gaspar, but cross again was pretty poor. Can we try the other side in Costa? Dinks it to the back stick. Oh, Sanabria goes up for it, but it's a brilliant save by Oblak, the Serbian goalkeeper. Gaspar does well to keep it in play. Good start by our team. Morales cuts back. Can he go for the curl? It's blocked by Rodri, who clears the danger and tries to get it to Griezmann. Alvaro does well though to mop up, and Gaspar gets it clear to Ndidi. Sanchez now on the ball. Gives it to Morales. It's a bit penned in right now, but we've still managed to find that space. Tolisso with the strike, but it's straight down the throat of Oblak and it goes into his hands. Diego Costa is playing alongside Griezmann, who obviously is a big threat. Both of them are a big threat. Everyone in this team is a big threat. Mario Gaspar does well. Gives it to Ndidi. Gives it to Vasquez. To Sanabria. Vasquez is on the run and he's managed to get the ball back, but the pace, he is well caught up. Gives it to Sanabria. Cuts in as a shot, hits Jimenez and goes out for a corner. We're a quarter way through this game, got a few corners already. Sanabria going up for the header. It was actually Tolisso that won the header. It might be offside. No, it isn't, but Griezmann is coming over to collect the ball. He does collect the ball and he manages to skip past Ndidi. Gives it to Diego Costa. Gaspar's trying his hardest to win the ball back, but Cabaselli does brilliantly to just make an interception, get it out to touch. Ndidi is just battling against Diego Costa. Obviously remembers battles they may have had in the Premier League. Koke has a shot, hits Alvaro, and now Atletico have their first corner of the game. Are they going to utilise a short corner? Yes, they are. Correa, and they've got another corner from that. Maybe that was a wasted corner. Are they going to try something similar, or are they going to actually whip it into the box? They're going to try something a bit similar again. But Renato Sanchez reads it yet again, and now we are on a break. See Vasquez through the middle. Gives it to Morales, but it's not the great pass to him. Sanabria is chasing, as is Vasquez, but well away by Atletico. Sanchez does well to intercept yet again. He has been a very good player this season for us, and costing only around £10 million, he has been a bargain for this team. Koke's done well there. Gives it to Griezmann. Griezmann skips away. Gives it to Correa, and Correa tucks it away. Where was our defence then? After a fantastic start by us, we are 1-0 down to the league leaders. This is what potential champions do. They weather the storm and then they go up the other end, counter-attack the team. Griezmann got away too early then. I thought Rolly was going to get to her, but it was squeezed in their post and we are 1-0 down. Correa looking happy with himself. It's his first goal in the league this season, it says. Need to show a lot of character to get back in this game now. Morales cuts in. Has a shot. Goes near post like Correa did, but Oblak saves. That's maybe the difference between a good keeper and a world-class keeper. Rodri gets it out. Comes to Morales again. Can we get like a chance before half-time? Gives it to Tolisso. Well defended there. That was a poor ball by Alvaro, and now the break is on for Atletico yet again. Alvaro does very well. What can we do here? Ball through to Sanchez. Sanchez has a shot, and we've got an equaliser in added time before the end of the half. Sorry if I voice cracked then, but it is quite early in the morning, so obviously I'm a bit croaky. But what a strike that is from, we were talking about the inform Renato Sanchez, revitalising his career, reviving his career here at Villarreal. The fans love him, I love him, he is fantastic. Great hair as well. But that's a great sign that we can come back into this game. We were more patient with the ball then, waiting for the Atletico players to commit forward then, and then commit to us. Then we managed to find that ball through. Great first time strike by Renato Sanchez. Beat Oblak, who has had a very decent half, it has to be said, despite conceding a goal. I'm happy to keep the team going again because it is quite a few days until we play against Rapid Vienna in the Europa League. So hopefully we can keep most of this team out. Sanabria has done okay at striker. Gerard Moreno maybe is going to come on in this game. Koke with a shot and it's gone over, but we need to be very aware of the threat that Atletico do pose. Indeed, he brings it forward. He's got a tiny bit of space. Gives it into Morales' feet. Gives it to Sanabria. Back to Morales. Costa is on the outside. Gives it to him. Good cross in. That's a very good area to cross the ball into, but unfortunately no one was there in a yellow shirt. The fans are urging Villarreal to attack this team, as they are trying to do. Well defended there by Alvaro, just like body checking Griezmann so he couldn't get past. Passing needs to be crisp against this side. That wasn't very good, trying to get it in and behind. But I tell you who is in and behind, it is Koke, who has a good shot on him. It comes to Griezmann on the edge area, but well away by, I think that was Costa. That's a good ball to release Sanabria. Cuts in, gives it to Morales, who cheese it to Tolisso instead of taking the shot. Very unselfish, and another centre mid has taken advantage and scored a goal. Tolisso has been in brilliant form since he came back from his second injury, and he has banged himself a couple, maybe a few goals actually. I can't remember if he's on 2 or 3. Very good work by us there. I thought Morales should have shot there, but Oblak was very quick to close him down, so he just knocked it off to Tolisso, who was like, thank you very much. Gets a nice little tap-in goal then to make it 2-1 to Villarreal. This is great character shown by the Yellow Submarines. Good little pass forward there. Can we break again? Unfortunately no. It is an advantage to Atletico because Sanabria went in a bit too harshly there. Well done to Tolisso then, but unfortunately Vasquez wasn't really alive to this situation. I think this is a good opportunity for us to bring in some fresh players. Morales is going to come off and Teo is going to come on, and I think... Am I going to bring on Moreno? Yes, I am actually. If Moreno's going to come on. And Vasquez is also going to come on. So it's the front three I'm going to change in this game, just so we can add a bit more freshness, a bit more pace to that attack with Teo and Munir going forward. But I have to say the front three that started this game have done very well. Vasquez maybe could have done a bit more, but he's done what is being expected of him. Okay, that was a bit poor by Morales then, who has got himself another assist, which is nice. Okay, Costa does well. Indeed, a great ball forward. Morales has got a bit of space. Gives it back to Tolisso, can he? Yes, he can. In behind to Sanchez. He's kept hold of it. Gives it to Sanabria. Sanabria taps it through the legs of the defender. I think it's Jimenez, and it gets it past Oblak. This player is in form, and yet again he has scored another goal just before he's been substituted. But this is what we need to do, and Sanchez has done it brilliantly. Ran into the box. Yeah, it went through the legs of Jimenez and it went past Oblak. We are now 3-1 up. We are scoring goals, and this is great character shown to take the lead against a very, very good Atletico team. If we can hold on to this, then we will be top of the league at the full-time whistle. Two of the best defences, two of the best scoring teams as well in this division, so this was always going to be a very good game. Indeed, he has won it back. What can we do from this? gives it to Tolisso, gets it out to Teo's got pace, cuts back, puts in a ball but away by Luis Hernandez, who does brilliantly then. Just need to be very cautious now, but Tolisso has won it back. He's given it to Teo, to Sanchez. What can we do? Gaspar is on the overlap. He is going to collect it. Teo's split to the back post, but the ball doesn't reach him. And now Atletico bring a ball away as we go into the last 10 minutes of the half. It looks like Koke has some space. He puts in the early cross, and Diego Costa gets there, but Rulli does very well to save it at his near post. Indeed, he brings the ball out, gives it to Tolisso. Teo is a threat, and now he's in behind. Can he find someone at the back stick? Good ball to the back stick. Oh, it looks like it was saved onto the post by Oblak. Munir puts it back in. It is headed out by Arias, and Griezmann collects. And now maybe one more counter-attack from Correa and Atletico. Cabaselli's just holding off, just waiting to see what the run of Correa is. Might be passed into Sol. It's actually crossed in towards Griezmann. Comes to Diego Costa. Well defended, and that should be it. Really, was just hold on to the ball, and for that 2 minutes, just hit it out, and it's over. We have beaten the league leaders, Atletico Madrid, 3-1, and that is actually a very, very good win. Diego Simeone and I just like have a word, but he shakes his head. He knows that it's been a bad day at the office. They took the lead through Correa, but brilliant character shown by the Yellow Submarines as they claw it back and win 3-1. Obviously there was a few, like, all 3 goals were first time finishes, and a couple of them were towards like tap-ins. Actually, to be fair, Sanabria's goal was actually quite difficult, even though it was a first time finish within the 6-yard box. Got it through the legs of Jimenez, and it's gone into the back of the net. Let's have a quick look at the stats after a brilliant game. 10 shots, 5 on target. That was actually very decent. We obviously limited Atletico Madrid to only 4 shots in the game. Possession was fairly even as expected. Looking at corners, we had 4 to their 2. Passing accuracy, they actually had a very good passing accuracy as expected for them being a world-class team of 91%, but ours not too bad at 82%. We will take that. Going into the man of the match, it looks like it is Renato Sanchez, who carries on his brilliant form. Tolisso getting a 9.3 rating, so running close to Sanchez. Morales and Sanabria getting a 9.2 as well. The defence doing well. Costa getting an 8.8. Overall, I'm very happy with that. Obviously, goals from Tolisso, Sanchez and Sanabria, and assists 2 from Morales and 1 by Sanchez, who had a sparkling game. Let's get back to the hub. So that obviously does mean Real Madrid also won, so they should be back into the top 4 as it stands before other teams play over this weekend in the La Liga Santander. But let's have a look. Once we've done a bit of training on the players, it looks like Rulli has gone up to an 83 rated. He started at an 81, so it just shows still that keepers still do have a very good progression, just a very good progression really, getting better. Let's pick Liga Santander just to confirm that we are top of the league right now. Real Madrid and Barcelona have both won over this weekend, meaning that they are now back into the top 4. Valencia just outside of the Champions League spots, probably as expected. Sevilla having a difficult season so far. They've drawn too many games. They've only won 2 games out of 9, but they sit in 8th place, not too far off the European spots. Probably they're looking at Alaves thinking we can take their spot and get into Europa League. But after 9 games, so about a quarter of the way through in La Liga, we sit 3 points clear at the top of the table. Obviously those 3 teams below, we need to keep an eye on them, because if we drop points then they are likely to probably capitalise on that. All of us scoring quite equally, except for Real Madrid, who still only have 11 goals in the league, but we are still yet to play either Barcelona or Real Madrid, so those games are going to be incredibly tough. But with that being said, we've gone up against Atletico Madrid, who I would say are as strong nowadays as Barcelona, Real Madrid, and we've gone toe to toe with them and we've beat them, and we are the only unbeaten team left in La Liga, and we've got the best defence. Alaves have actually got the second best defence in the league now, after obviously Atletico conceding 3 at El Madrigal, or how I can't remember the new name of Vera, but I just know it as Madrigal. But anyway, our attention now turns to the Europa League, and as you can see there, we are sat top quite comfortably at the top of our group. If we win today, we will be on 9 points and put ourselves in a fantastic position to progress into the knockout stages of the Europa League. But we need to keep focused, and we need to make sure the job gets done. Obviously, we need to change things up a bit, because we do have the game against Alaves a few days after, and then a couple of days after we have Real Betis. So I do need to change the team up quite a bit. Hopefully we can put in a good team. Why is it showing the champions? We're in Europa League. PSV defeat suffer 2-1 defeat against Spurs. Okay, that actually happened last night. Harry Kane getting a double for Spurs to beat PSV. But anyway, into our game. Obviously we're going to be rocking the home kit. You know what, they can rock their away kit, even though they could have put on the home kit. Anyway, let's put these on. Obviously we will be looking at the results between Rangers and Spartak Moscow as well, because obviously they're the other 2 teams in our group. Right, let's change the team up slightly. Leon is going to be coming in, and for Gaspar, so then, in Leon's first 4 games of the season, he'll be 2 left back, 2 at right back. Lamina is going to be coming in for Sanchez, even though Sanchez obviously got a man of match in the last game. Actually, because he got the man of match, Toliso's going to come out, even though Toliso did bag himself a goal in the last game. But Lamina comes in. Sanabria again. Actually, no, Moreno's going to start this game. He needs a bit of a confidence boost. Morales is going to drop down to the bench, and Teo is going to start the game. Jesus is going to come in for Alvaro, just to give him a bit of a rest, even though he don't really need it. And I'm actually going to play Diego Lopez in goal. He's going to play his first game of the season. He's also going to be playing against Betis in about a week's time. But it just mixes up the team a bit. I could also put him on here, but I think Vasquez, with his 90 stamina, should be able to do quite well regardless. So anyway, let's get into this game. This should be a comfortable-ish win, but as we've seen in the 2 games we played in Europa League, with a 3-2 win away at Spartak Moscow, which was very close fought. Obviously they took the lead, we came back, and then they got a late goal towards the end. And obviously with the late-ish winner at home to Rangers, it is a tough group, so we need to just be on our game. We need to play our natural football, and hopefully, because we're at home, we can pick up a nice win, because we've been scoring goals lately. That is the main thing. But anyway, let's get into this game. I'm looking for Moreno to make an impact in today's game. He needs to make more of an impact. I don't mind if he doesn't score, but as long as he contributes, and so far he's struggled. Teo gets it back to Ndidi. Vasquez to Sanchez, cuts in, gives it back to Moreno, onto his left foot, and he tucks it away. That's the start we wanted after within the first 5 minutes, getting that early goal, and it really did work wonders, because now Moreno has got his goal and he can build on it. So far, no striker has got multiple goals in the game. I think Vasquez is the only player to have multiple goals, and that was the first game of the season. But that is a very calm finish, actually, by Moreno then, and it means that he is now on 3 goals. Sanabria is on 4 for the season. Well won back there by Ndidi, who is a rock in that sense. They don't need saying. Lamina cuts in, he goes for the shot, but it goes off Barak and it goes out for a corner. Very good start again by us. We're making a habit of starting actually against Atletico. Obviously we conceded first, but we did actually start the game well. Lamina, has a shot, but it's actually a very good block. Can Costa keep that in? Yes, he can quite easily. Alright, just need some options now. Oh, that was a sloppy pass. Need to make sure that we guard against complacency now. Now that we've got the lead, we need to just build on it. And sometimes we struggle to get that second goal, but in recent times we've done well. Especially because we've been conceding a bit more. It's actually more crucial that we get that. Vasquez needs to do more, I think. He needs to contribute more. Yes, he's a good player to have, but I was expecting more. He's a higher rated player in our team. So, right, well done. Leon is on the attack. Last game that he played in the Europa League, he did actually score. So, it's good omens. Tried to get it to Moreno. Can we keep that in? Get it to Vasquez. Can he cross on his left foot? That's actually a very good cross. Teo gets a header straight into the keeper's arms. But that was actually a very, very good move. Early cross meant that they didn't have many players back and we were alive to the situation. Cabaselli doing very well. Gives it to Teo. Gives it to Vasquez. Just needs the overlap by Leon. Actually, he managed to try and find it into Moreno's path, but unfortunately he wasn't really alive to the situation and the defenders were. Okay. Going for the early cross in. Diego Lopez does well in his debut for Villarreal after joining for a couple of million from Espanyol. I want to say Espanyol. It probably wasn't Espanyol. Good save by Diego Lopez. He needs to get there again. Yes, he does. That's good. But Rapid Vienna, they're starting to get more into the game. We need to capitalise on that and counter them. And hopefully we can. Oh, they've got a chance here. One-on-one. Diego Lopez slides out. There's no keeper at the moment, but Leon manages to block. Rapid Vienna do like that counter-attack, and it's happened twice now where they've managed to get shots away from just an early break. We need to guard against that now. Because Sanchez just can't find a player once, and Didi does well. Gives it to Moreno, who is in a bit of a deeper position. Gives it to Costa. Needs the overlap from Teo, which he gets it, but can he get away from the defender? Rapid Vienna are starting to get into this game now. And as we've seen in the Europa League so far, we should never rule an away team out. Just because we've got the lead against them doesn't mean anything right now. It means that we just need to work hard to keep it. They're a very good pressing side. And they're good at making that little interception. Indeed, he does well there. Now can we counter? Gerard Moreno, he probably was fouled then, but he manages to keep the ball. Gives it to Ndidi. Oh, it comes out to Sanchez. Can he cut back and cross? He can, but it's not a great cross to the edge of the area. No one was really alive to it, but it is half-time. Maybe a half-time whistle came at the right time, considering there was 40 minutes between Moreno scoring the first goal and it being half-time. That went very quick, but we are 1-0 up, and that is the main thing. Goals isn't too important as long as we can keep a lead. Diego Lopez on a couple of occasions has been asked to make a save, and he has done very well, including a save that he came out and slid for it. But Rapid Vienna, they're doing okay, considering this is a team that have only got 1 point in the group so far. It's actually very important that they get something from this game, so that's probably why they're pushing quite well. I just saw that there was a message from Ali in the chat. He just says hello to you. Teo comes in for it, gives it to Moreno, and Moreno tucks it away, and we have got that 2-goal lead. Bit of a cushion now, and Moreno is the first striker this season to get multiple goals in the same game, and now he is level on goals with Sanabria, who is watching from the bench after his brilliant form of late. Very well done. Vasquez knew that he was still had his back to goal, so he just went for a back heel, and Moreno, striker's instinct, right place at right time, slots it in between the legs of the goalkeeper, and we are 2-0 up in this game. That is very good. That's good for his confidence because Moreno, like in the last few games, hasn't really played that well. That's a good ball by Moreno. Vasquez probably was fouled in that, but oh, it says here that it's currently 1-1 between Spartak Moscow and Rangers. That's actually good. Both of them dropping points mean, in fact, we actually are. If we win this, we are on the brink of qualification or progression into the knockout phases. Diego Lopez does well to mop up there, but let's see how we do now. Teo gets the ball over to Costa, who is always alive to it. Sees the overlap of Lamina. Lamina's going to go for the first time cross. It's not a great cross. It was actually heading in, but the keeper, it was easy for him to stop it. We are now past the hour mark, so we should realistically be thinking of making some subs soon. But I'm kind of happy with how the team is playing right now, so I'm not going to rush into it, even though we do have a game in a few days' time. And then after that we have a game in a couple of days' time. Vasquez should have just kept on running then. Moreno's having a very good game. Obviously those 2 goals contributed towards that, but he's actually holding the ball up well. Costa going for the low cross, but no one was there where it needed to be. Good pressure then. Right, I think now is, with 20 minutes to go, this is where we should start to think about bringing some players on. Tolisso is going to come on for Sanchez. Munir is going to come on for for Teo actually, and Moreno, who has had a very good game, is going to come off for Sanabria. He isn't going to get his hat-trick today, but well, actually he's got a chance before the ball goes out of play, so there's a small chance. Sanabria has done it a couple of times, scored just before he's been subbed off. I'll show you the team after the game. I've brought in quite a few players this season, and we're about 12 games into the season, so I can show that for you after the game. Gives it to Sanchez, who's got space to wind it up. It's over the bar. He should have kept that down, but now it is the subs coming into effect. Quarter of an hour left in this game. Can Sanabria get himself a goal to get to 5 goals this season? It's good though that the strikers are starting to score more goals. That's one thing that I think was needed. Costa, brilliant overlap there, gives it to Sanabria. Bad touch, but he did have to try and get the ball out of his feet quite early. Lamina's done well there. Sanabria finds the ball through to Vasquez. First time shot. It's a very, very good finish into the far corner, and Vasquez gets himself a goal, but a brilliant little disguised ball through to him by Sanabria then, who, even though he's just come on, continues to perform either with a goal or assist. Great little ball through. Great little finish there from Vasquez. Is that his first goal in the Europa League this season? Yes, it is. Obviously a summer signing from Real Madrid. Quite a big money signing. Obviously I was expecting him to do a bit more, but the season's still quite early on, so he probably will end up with like minimum like 10 goals, 10 assists, which I probably would take in his first season. He was the first goal scorer in this series. Good little ball there from Sanabria. Can both of them work together to try and get the ball through? Unfortunately Sanabria has to turn back, but the attack is still on. Don't need to worry just yet. Gives it to Lamina. Sanabria just needs someone on the overlap. Good ball in by Leon, but it is headed away. Can we win the ball back? Yes, we can. Nice and early. Lamina to Tolisso. To Ndidi. See the run by Leon. Good ball, and Sanabria at the back stick. That's what a striker does. He runs into the space, and he knows that if the ball is good enough, it gets through. Comprehensive win for Villarreal against Rapid Vienna here, and the striker that is in form continues form. Obviously he was rested for this game because it is our midweek fixture, but that is a very good finish. Hits it into the roof of the net, so the keeper can't get anywhere near that. And yeah, it's just a sign of a great striker, being in the right place at the right time. I think in his last 4 games, I want to say, he has scored a goal. Even though he's only had 15 minutes in this game, he still manages to get himself a goal and an assist, which is crucial. And that for That full-time whistle has now blown, and it is a very good win for Villarreal. I'm just going to have a quick look at the stats. Obviously, I'll show you the team in a second, Ali, once we get back into the squad hub. But we only had 8 shots in this game, 5 on target, meaning we scored 4 of those 5. Good amount of possession towards 60%. Our passing accuracy was actually very good at 86%. But let's have a look at the player ratings. Vasquez getting a 9.4 in this game. Sanabria getting a 9.2 despite only playing 15 minutes. Moreno, who had a very good game getting his 2 goals, got a 9.3. Looking further back, Cabaselli was solid in defence. Leon getting a 9.1, obviously that late assist. But wrapping up the goals, Moreno getting 2, Sanabria getting 1, as did Vasquez, and goal assist 1 to Sanabria, 1 for Vasquez, so both of them getting a goal and assist, and 1 by Sanchez, and 1 by Leon, like I just said. Anyway, let's get back into the hub. But what a win that is. Meanwhile, 9 points out of 9 in the Europa League, and it looks like Spartak Moscow won away to Rangers, so they are now on 6 points from a possible 9. Obviously, we beat them last match day. Which we can have a quick look at the standings for that right now. So UEFA Europa League. So as you can see, we are 3 wins out of 3, top of Group G. Rangers having a poor start, but there is still a chance in the 3 remaining games. Obviously, they need to do a lot better. Our next game in the Europa League is our return leg against Rapid Vienna. So if we win that, we progress to the knockout stages, which is fantastic. It looks at the moment, though, as it is going to be us and Spartak Moscow. Rangers really needed to beat Spartak to have any chance of progressing, which is just unfortunate from their behalf. Anyway, Ali, as you requested, you wanted to see my team. So this is my starting lineup, at least. Obviously, there might be a couple of changes. Obviously, Gerard Moreno was already at Villarreal, and it's the first time I've ever used him. Starting to get used to him now. I brought in Morales from Levante, a good winger who's got some decent stats. He is 31 years of age, so his stats are going to decline over time. But for now, he's actually been a very decent player for me. Got Vasquez in, like I've said, from Real Madrid. Brought in Renato Sanchez from Bayern Munich, who has been sensational for around £10 million. And Didi, about 15-20 mil from Leicester, but with 94 stamina, he's one of the most solid players ever, really. Let me just put it on live chat into the top chat so I can read every message that comes through. Another player we brought in from Bayern Munich is Tolisso. He was our most expensive signing after selling a couple of players. He started off slow, got a couple of niggling injuries, that kept him out for a couple of weeks. Luckily, it was around the time of the international break, so we only missed like 1 or 2 games. But since then, he's come back and he's been absolutely brilliant for me. So on midfield for you, been solid. I brought in Cabaselli from Watford, but Alvaro, I've never used him at centre back, but he's quite quick in the 70s. His stamina's good, his strength isn't bad, his jumping is good. He's actually been superb. He's been definitely the best centre back. Brought in Rulli from Real Sociedad. He started off at an 81 and now he's a 83. I'm just looking for his attributes for goalkeeper in the 80s, which is good. Brought in a backup goalkeeper because I sold all the keepers, including Asensio, because he was 84 rated. But I kind of prefer using players that have got their proper game faces. Obviously, on this FIFA, La Liga's got new licensing, so it's got a lot more game faces. Brought in Juan Jesus from Roma just as a backup centre back. He's been solid. Leon was already at the club. I brought in Lamina from Southampton just as a backup centre mid. He's actually been good. He's got a couple of winners in games. Brought in Christian Teo from Real Betis. I've used him for a good few FIFAs now. Just a quick winger that it makes an impact off bench. Munir, obviously a young striker from Barcelona. I use him more on the right wing because it says he can actually be used on the right wing. There it says striker or right wing. He's been okay. He hasn't played too much football. And I brought in Sanabria again from Real Betis as a young striker that I can get even better. He's actually had a very decent start. Took a while for both strikers to score their first goals, but since then it's been good. And the rest are just like reserves that I haven't really used in this team. If I have to use them, I have to use them, but I'd rather not use them then they're likely to leave. But yeah, that is my team. It's worked so well, and we played what 12 games I think so far. I didn't mean to go and browse. But yeah, just to show, we won 10 games, drawn 2, which the 2 draws were against Valencia and Sevilla, which were probably like justified, to be honest. But lately we've been scoring a good amount of goals, so we're on 27 in 12, which is good. So over that 2 ratio, and we've only conceded 5, so it's good. So Ali put, cheers mate, just sub, keep up the good work. Just sub to keep up the good work. I appreciate the sub, thank you. Get a new left back in the transfer window. Yeah, I do need that, because at the moment I'm using Leon, who can play both sides, but it does mean that I can't bring out Costa and Gaspar and Sam. But so far it's worked quite well. But yeah, Leon can play left back and right back, can even play left mid and right mid. He's actually been a very good player to bring in. But yeah, like, especially with my fixture pile up in the next couple of games, because with Europa League playing Thursday nights and then playing the weekend, I've got Alaves, and then a couple of days later I've got Betis. So this is the first real test of like my squad depth. I was trying to get a left back in the summer window, but unfortunately I just ran out of money. But if someone is to leave in January, then I'm going to be looking to bring in another left back. Also, I kind of think I need like a young centre back as well, because Jesus is only our backup. I know I could bring in, like, I could actually use Quinty as backup left back, and I've got like Blanco and Riera, but I'd rather bring in someone myself to work around that. But so far I've got to say, Costa, Gaspar and Leon have been fantastic, because with my teams I like to use like attacking fullbacks, in a sense where I like them to get forward when we're attacking, putting crosses and stuff. So far they've got a good amount of assists. I can actually show the stats right now. Actually, if I go into assists, so we've got Gaspar, who's on 1 in 10, which is fine. We've got Leon, who's got 1 goal and 1 assist in 4 games, which is good. We've got Alvarez, our centre back that I was talking about. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist as well. And I thought Costa had... he doesn't have an assist, but he does actually have 2 goals this season. He has actually gone down a rating. He is 30 years of age, so it is definitely a position I'm going to be looking to replace next season. But for now, I like using him because he is part of the actual squad. But yeah, that's about it really. But yeah, we are now turning our attention back to La Liga. We are obviously top of the league, and it looks like all the other teams have played around us. Looks like Real Madrid have lost yet again, so their real life form. Oh, it was actually El Clasico, and Barcelona winning 2-1. In real life, they won 5-1, which is ridiculous. Barcelona got up to second on 21 points, but still only they're still 2 points behind us. Plus, we've got a game in hand against Alaves, who are doing very well this season, sat in 7th place. If they were to win it, they would go back into the. Actually, they would go 5th because on goal difference, unless it was a huge win. Obviously, Atletico Madrid lost 2-1 at home to Real Sociedad, so 2 losses in a row for them. Obviously, they lost to us, and now they've lost again. So it's, if anything, it's helped us get further away. Obviously, Real Madrid lost. It looks like Valencia won. They won 2-1 away to Athletic Bilbao, which is good. But yeah, it's up to us now to try and stretch that lead now, and we have a tricky away tie to Alaves, who are probably the overachievers right now, except for us. We're probably overachieving, being top of the league at this stage. But let's play in the pink kit. Why not? Play against Alaves at the Estadio de Zoroza. What a name. Anyway, we need to change our team up a bit, which is a bit of a shame. Leon is not very fit, so it looks like Costa is going to be asked to play in this game, which he can do. Sanabria, you know what, Ali? I'm going to give you the decision. Who starts this game? Moreno, who scored 2 goals in the last game, or Leon, who came on and got a goal and assist in the last game? Who starts? Sanabria or Moreno? But I do know that I'm going to start Munir on the right hand side to come in. But who starts? Sanabria or Moreno? Sanabria, yeah. I think out of the 2 I'd have gone Sanabria. I would say he's a bit more in form, but it's nice that both of them are scoring goals and contributing. But yeah, Sanabria has been very good this season, so I'm happy with that. Any games happening? It looks like Getafe and Real Betis are playing. Obviously, we play Betis as well in a couple of days' time, so they should be as knackered as us. But I always find that going up against like AIs, their team are never knackered the same that mine are. But anyway, we'll see what we can do. Sanabria put it in the top right hand corner then, so that's hopefully a sign of things to come. If Sanabria has a poor game, Ali, I am blaming you. I'm just saying that. Okay, we've got another new stadium that we are travelling to. It reminds me of White Hart Lane with like that TV stand at the top, but it's our first game in the day, I think. I want to say John Guidetti, I remember you played for Celtic and City, I think. Right, anyway, let's start well. Oh, God. Gaspar, a bit sluggish there. Ooh, early volley by Caleri there. That's not a Caleri, but played for West Ham, was it? Might be, who knows? Anyway, let's start to find a rhythm into Sanabria. Bad touch. That could have been Moreno, it might have come off, but nah. I think overall I prefer Sanabria. I brought him in, so he's more my sort of player. Even though I've never really used him before this anyway. This is the first FIFA I've used him, so see what we can do. It's a bit of a slow start right now, but we can work with it. Monir getting his chance today instead of Vasquez, who did score in the last game. Good ball over the top to Costa. Using his right foot to cross it in. Oh, that sun is blinding. John Guidetti is going to play direct and run at the defence. No, he's not. Well done, Ndidi, who's been absolutely solid in centre mid. Okay. Gets it into the feet of Sanabria. On the volley from Sanchez. Oh, just wide. Teed up perfectly from him. I'd like to know exactly how far away that was. Lovely connection. That is close. That's unfortunate. First real chance of the game. Sanabria going for the shot. Deflected effort. Straight into the path of Sanchez, who manages to volley it just wide. That's such a shame. That would have been a nice goal to start this game off. Put him off enough there. Costa mops up, who is already knackered, you can tell. Maybe I'd have to bring someone on out of position to cover that. A bit sluggish after our game in midweek. That is a foul. That should be a yellow card really for Martin. It is. Don't see many cards in the games I've played. Probably that is actually one of the first cards I've seen. Right, let's get it into the feet of Cabaselli. Gets it to Sanchez. Who's that? Tolisso. Oh, it's gone out for a corner. I'll take that because he was losing his balance and losing the ball. Whips it in towards Sanabria. It's alright though. Indeedy, you alright, mate? So far, I'd say it's a very even match. No team has really been able to do what they can. Morales winning the ball back brilliantly there. Sends Sanabria. Oh, I think that came off Sanabria last. It's a shame. Didn't really come of anything, but I think both teams have made more mistakes and made good things happen so far, so let's try and start again. Morales to Sanabria. Goes for the low cross instead of the one in the air. Sanabria, can he win that? No, he can't. Martin does get away. Half an hour into this game, not much has happened really, except for Sanchez's brilliant volleyed effort. Alright. Just need to find that pass. It's very tight. It seems they are going defensive. They are at home, so it's kind of a surprise. This sun is really off-putting, actually. Gives it Sanchez. First time shot. Brilliant save by Pacheco. Okay, starting to come into it now. Costa wins it back. Gives it to Sanabria. Maybe could have had an early shot, but it would have been from distance. Munir gets that out to Gaspar. Has to cut back, but whips in across. Sanabria with the header. What a header that is from the informed player. Ali, Both of me and you had the same idea of starting him, and he has got himself yet another goal. That is his 6th goal of the season, and he scored in his last 5 games. What a header that was. I was not expecting that to go in. I was expecting him to at least get something on this. Good cross by Gaspar, but look, he's got his back towards goal, and it's a brilliant loop-in header to take the lead. Sometimes you just need a bit of magic in the game. Ali, no problem, mate. We had the same idea, and it has proven to be the case. The problem is, though, with Sanabria starting this game, I'd probably say I'm going to keep Sanabria on all game, and then Moreno can play all of the next game. Just because it's only like 48 hours till the next game. John Guidetti trying to get a header of his own, hits the post, and now can we counter-attack? Sanchez is able to try and bring it forward. Got Munir running on the right hand side. That's a brilliant ball out to him. Good first time touch. Manages to cut back. Got Morales in there. Sanchez, I don't know why he decided to shoot then. Comes out to Ndidi, who hasn't scored this season, and he still hasn't scored. We're approaching half time, and now we're starting to see the real VILLARREAL come out. Well, the VILLARREAL we've seen in the last probably like 4 games, scoring goals and creating chances. Hits Gaspar, and it goes out. It should be half time any second now, and it is. Okay, 1-0 up at half time. Obviously, I'll take that. A brilliant header from Sanabria, but okay, good to have a 1-0 up at half time. I would change things around, but everyone on the bench is a bit knackered. It's going to be a tricky couple of days. I'd like to take off Costa so he's got a chance of playing the next game, so it means that Leon could come in for Gaspar. You know what, I'm going to bring in Jesus. I know that means all our centre-backs are playing, but I don't see any other option right now for what I can do at this stage. It's a tough one. Then I think I'm going to move Cabaselli out to left back, I think. Just because he might have a bit more pace. I know he's a bit more knackered, but he should have a tiny bit more pace. Obviously, 2 of these 3 centre-backs are going to be asked to play 48 hours time. So it's going to be tricky. It's going to test our how good the players are at playing multiple games very quickly. But it's what we have to do. It's just rules are rules, and fixture pile-ups are like that on FIFA, unfortunately. Right, anyway, need to get back focused on the game, which we are still leading. Good ball in, but Rulli collects quite nicely. Morales does well, gives it to Munir. They seem to have swapped wings. Sanabria gets it back to Munir, who's got a bit of pace. Can he get away from the players? Oh, he just lost it when he needed just to put in that ball. Maybe he should have just put in the ball slightly earlier, but I was looking to see who was available. Not much options were clear to me. Okay. Okay. Okay, Alvaro does well. Cabaselli in his makeshift left back role. Good passing to get it out of danger. Gets it into Sanabria's feet. Sends Munir. Can he get a shot away? He can get a shot away. Comes to Tolisso. Does well to keep hold of it. Ah, loses it. Runs into traffic. Martin does well, and he manages to get it away. I just saw a message come up, and I will read it at some stage. Don't worry. Can we get it to Sanabria? Sanabria turns. Goes for the curler, and he scored! This guy can't stop scoring at the moment. Right, there's a chance to read it. Start doing rotations with players from the reserves too, as your fixtures look annoying. Yeah, they do look annoying. Maybe I'll have to bring in players from the reserves. It's something I can do. I'm not too worried about it, but I'd rather not use them if I don't need to. But we'll have a look at players' fitness going into game. Sanabria is on a hat-trick in his game. The young Paraguayan getting his 7th goal of the season, and doubling VILLARREAL's lead. So it looks like we are staying top regardless of the result, but we are extending it to 5 points over Barcelona, which is very nice, especially if fixtures do get more piled up and we struggle in some games. We've got that cushion now, and fantastic unbeaten start continues. We've still got 2 games of this stream after this game to so it's okay. Sanabria might as well go for the shot. Oh, just wide. He was inches away, possibly to his hat-trick goal. Let's see how close this was. It might be a bit further away. Oh, it's just a whisker wide of the post. That is unlucky. It would be nice if Sanabria was going to get his first hat-trick of the season, the first hat-trick seen in the series, hopefully. Munir does well to collect that pretty poor goal kick. Let's keep it alive. Looks like Morales. Oh, okay. It's gone to Cabaselli. What's his crossing like? It's not the worst cross ever. I've seen a lot worse from a centre-back. Indeed, he's trying to cover while Cabaselli gets back. Brilliant by Tolisso. Oh, Sanabria is trying to release Morales then, but he just couldn't get it through. Indeed, he wins it back. Munir is very good at collecting the ball like that. Now we've got Sanchez. Got Sanabria. Got a chance here. He scored his hat-trick. Takes it calmly. That composure to cut inside and deliver on his left foot. He has 4-star weak foot, so he can actually do well. But there is his hat-trick goal. Okay, when I asked you, Ellie, who should be playing in this game, Sanabria or Gerard Moreno, I think we chose wisely, because this guy is starting to play football out of this world. That is a very calm finish. Very reminiscent of his first goal he scored for me against Girona earlier in the season. If you haven't seen it, go and check that out. It was worth the watch. But let's see what we got. What a finish! It was a fantastic finish on his weaker foot. That just shown his confidence right now. He's got 6 goals in La Liga, and he has scored a goal in the Europa League against Spartak Moscow away. So very nice finish for him, and it looks like he has wrapped up the 3 points with 3 goals away at Alaves, who are having a good season. Hopefully this game doesn't knock them back too much, because I would like to do well considering how they've done. But in this game they've been off the pace. Started a bit scrappy in this game from both teams, but we have shown our class to deliver a good win. But maybe Sanabria is the difference in the team. Run forward. Sanabria is trying to get there. It's been hit off Sanabria and it's gone out for an Alaves throw-in. But we're late into this game now. We're approaching the last 5 minutes of this game. As long as we can just see out this clean sheet, it's an all-round perfect result. I can't think of one player that's put a foot wrong in this game. Obviously I did say I was going to make some more changes this game, but it just means that we've got fresher players for the next game. Obviously our midfields I do worry about, and we might have to bring in someone like Javi Fuego or something. Sanabria is in space again, gets the ball back, but good block this time, and it's cleared by Alaves. We are now going into added time. Can we get one more chance in this last 2 minutes? Gets the ball out to Cabaselli. Oh, John Guidetti, the striker, getting back. Opposite roles then for them. Morales finds Cabaselli. Dink to the back stick. Can Sanchez get it? He actually does get a connection, but it goes up for a throw. And that is going to be the end of the game. A nice 3-0 win away at Alaves. Deportivo Alaves. Sanabria getting the match ball. Well deserved. 5 shots for him. 3 goals. And he is definitely turning into a fan favourite after his summer move from Real Betis. Unfortunately, he won't be playing against his former club in the last game. And oh, is that Jack Wilshere playing for Alaves? Why is he there then? Because I swear he only just signed for West Ham. I don't know. But anyway, another good day at the office. And now let's have a quick look at the stats. And Alaves, even though they had 3 shots, they didn't manage to get any on target. We had 11 shots, 6 on target, which is pretty decent. Possession, as probably expected, being the slightly better side. We only had 1 corners. 88% pass accuracy, which is our season high. So it just shows that overall we did have a very good game. It didn't take much guessing to guess who was man of the match. First player to get a 10 rating this season, Antonio Sanabria. Munir getting a 9.2 from wing. He had a very good game. Still yet to score himself, but a very good game. Mario Gaspar with an 8.7. Pretty decent. No one else really outstanding, but it was good. Obviously 3 goals by Sanabria, and the assist came from Munir, Sanchez and Mario Gaspar. So that probably explains why their ratings are slightly higher. But anyway, that is a very good win. But now we have obviously our first cup game, the Copa de España or Copa del Rey, depending on like where you're from and how you say it. But that is coming up in a couple of days' time, or actually tomorrow, because I think it goes on to next day. Sanabria caps off a very good 24 hours by scoring a hat-trick, and now he's gone up to an 81 rating. So he's actually catching up rating-wise to Gerard Moreno, and I'm now starting to believe that I need to take Moreno out of the starting line of like the starting line, put in Sanabria. Obviously he won't play, but this is theoretically our best starting lineup now. Sanabria, I think, deserves to be in there after his recent form. He was on 3 goals in 10 before this episode started. He is now on 8 in 13, so he has scored 5 goals in 3 games in this episode, which is unbelievable. He's scored 2 goals in Europa League as well as 2 assists, so he's actually on obviously 8 overall. I thought it was on only 7, but that just shows what I know. Moreno fallen behind quite a bit, but he's been in decent form himself of late, scoring he's got 4 in 11, which is okay. If he was the main striker and I didn't have any other striker, I'd be a bit worried, but because we've got Sanabria, who's now on very good form, then it just makes sense. And we've got a few players on different goals, but I'll highlight that more at the end of this episode. But now we go into the game against Real Betis. Because it is a cup game, maybe I should be playing a bit of a weaker lineup, but I want to progress in the cup, but it's just going to be a bit tricky. You know what, we're going to play an alternate kit. It's a very nice kit with an awesome pattern around the midriff. But yeah, we've got quite a few players that are not in a good way right now. Obviously, oh, it looks like Real Madrid, it's another El Clasico, but this time in the Copa de España. Right, so I did say that Lopez was going to start in this game. Jesus is going to come back in for Cavaselli. Alvaro's not too bad, so I'm not too bothered about that. Leon is going to come in for Gaspar. Costa will start at left back. I think he can do alright. I don't know how many days it is until the next game. I can't remember who it's against. I think it's like midweek next. I think we've got a week, so I'm hoping that is the case. Lamina is going to come in for Sanchez. Unfortunately, after his hat-trick 48 hours ago, Sanabria is going to drop to the bench, and Teo is going to come in for Morales. I'm kind of happy to say Ndidi and Tolisso can play this game. Ndidi does have 94 stamina, so I'm not too worried about him. Tolisso with 87 is still very good. I might bring Javi Fuego onto the bench, or Caceres or Tura. Caceres is alright actually. I might bring Caceres onto the bench instead of Gaspar. And actually, you know what? I'm going to bring on a Tura as well. Fuego, I probably would say, isn't going to play any part, even though he's probably the most well-known out of those 3. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Obviously, the defence isn't in a great way right now, but I just think that we can live with that. Obviously we've got the goal news for, hopefully we get the goal news for the El Clasico, because sometimes it doesn't work even though you check it. But anyway, we are going to get into this game. This is our 4th game of the episode, our 14th game overall in this series. Moreno, you've got a big game ahead of you. If you can score a hat-trick away at Betis, then I've got a decision to make. I need to get a drink. I've been talking for far too long without not doing anything really. Another new stadium that we're visiting on FIFA 19. Player to watch, Christian Taylor. Are you sure? Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. To be fair, we could have probably just played in our home kit. We could have played in any of our 3 kits, but I decided to choose the alternate one. Right, we had a good performance in the last game. Hopefully we can do the same again against another team that... Actually, I think we played Betis already this season. I want to say we have. Actually, maybe not. I can't remember. Right. Okay, someone put a name on it. Alvaro is doing well. Let's get out to Leon. Oh, I tell you what, Vasquez, you should have ran a bit earlier there. Maybe I should have just kept carrying on and I cut back when I probably shouldn't have. Vasquez should have won it back then. He got in front of his man, but yet the ball still went through his legs. To be fair, yeah, I did buy the Betis front two. Obviously, Teo comes back to his old stomping ground. But unfortunately, Sanabria probably won't play a part even though he's on the bench. Oh, Tolisso with a shot. It came off Javi Garcia and it's gone out for a thing. It looks like Guardado has got himself a yellow card. Don't know why actually. Right, we're going to swing it in near post. Got the height of Gerard Moreno. Gets up, but Pau Lopez does very well to claim that one. Decent start by Villarreal so far. Not too bad considering we're not fully fit. Teo, though, has got that pace against his old club. Can he haunt them? Good ball in. Well away by the defender, and now they can possibly break. The more time we spend in attacking, then the better for our fitness, for our defence, except for maybe our fullbacks. But anyway, let's get it away. It's kind of a risky ball playing it square to Teo, but we managed to bring it away. Moreno, back to Teo. Can he go for the... That's a very good ball through. Am I going to be selfish? I should... I was going to think, am I going to be unselfish? But I think Vasquez was a bit ahead of me. I want to say he was actually still in an offside position. It would have been tight and it would have been actually quite difficult, so I decided to go for the shot. Good save by Pau Lopez, but... Okay, Moreno's just made up for it. Very good header from a corner, like after having his previous effort saved. And he's like, I need to catch up to Sanabria. That's his 5th goal of the season in 12 games, which isn't too bad overall, considering it's a player that I've never used before on FIFA. Obviously, with Moreno, if he doesn't do well, then he could be a player that could leave in January, because he is worth quite a bit. It means I can reinvest in a backup striker and improve the defence. That is a very good header though, beating Pau Lopez and a couple of Real Betis defenders to the ball, and we take the lead. So... strikers are just in form lately, but in the first 2 streams they were a bit touch and go. Sanabria though did end last stream in very good form and he was scoring every game. He has obviously scored in his last 5 games in all competitions, which is very good considering he has been off the bench a couple of times, especially that 15 minutes against Rapid Vienna. I should have been paying more attention instead of telling a story, but don't matter, we got away with it. Vasquez needs to come to the ball more and he needs to be more willing to get in behind and make those runs. Maybe I could change custom tactics with Vasquez, but I feel like I don't want to change too much because at the moment we're winning games, we're still unbeaten in this series, and so far I haven't had a stream where I've won every game. In both streams so far it's been 4 wins and 1 draw. Touch wood, that doesn't remain the same in this one. We have won our previous 3 games. Teo, is he onside? I think he is onside against his former club. Can he get a shot away? He does get a shot away. Pau Lopez is equal to it and manages to make the save. And it is an offside call to Vasquez. This guy can't stop playing offside. Vallejo is decent. Vallejo is decent for centre back. Cheap, young, and high potential. 6'2", I think. I'll have a look in January. I don't see the point of looking, but that's definitely a name I can try and remember, which is I appreciate. Okay. Leon. So this is better from Vasquez, getting in behind, causing himself a nuisance. Decent ball in. Gerard Moreno, what a save that is from Pau Lopez. That's the best save we've seen in this series so far. Saves it onto a crossbar and keeps it out. Moreno was so close. He was inches away, even millimetres away from getting his 2nd of the game. That is unlucky for him. I'll remember that towards his goal record. In fact, he was inches to getting 1 more towards his goal scoring record. But it was kept out and Pau Lopez was definitely equal towards it. He has had a very good half. Moreno could have had a hat-trick himself in this first half if it wasn't for Pau Lopez. Okay, can we get one more chance? See, that was a ball through there and that should have been carried on. I know it was at the time there, but what a save that is from Lopez. Hopefully that is highlighted at the end of the game so we can watch that again, because that was superb. Tolisso is in a bad way, and it is an opportunity for me to bring on either Cáceres or Atura. I think Cáceres has the better stats, so I'm going to bring him on for his first game of the season. And I'm actually going to bring on Atura, but he's actually going to come on at left back. I know that is like completely out of the blue, but I think, you know what, he can do a bit. Actually, you know, I'm going to swap him around because Cáceres has a bit more pace and a bit more about him, a bit more strength. So I'm happy to do that. We're 1-0 up in this game. Should have been 2, but Lopez was brilliant. Apologise for that. Alright, anyway. These two playing their first game of the season. They'll probably play a few more games this season, actually, so it'll count towards a record. I don't like players that just play one game a season. So now that I've played them, they might as well play a few more. Probably in the cups only though. Right. Oh, Atura losing out there. That's not great. Oh, Alvaro missing that. Right, let's see what you can do, Cáceres. Can you do something, anything, just try and delay the inevitable? Okay, Guardado getting a shot away, but not a great one. Right, let's see if we can get out to Cáceres, just see what his first touch like. It's not too bad. They are in the 70s, so they should do alright. Our next game is against Celta Vigo, which is going to be our last game of the episode on the 4th. I don't know what the date is today, but I actually have a feeling it's about a week's time until I play that game, so it's good for fitness, so everyone can get back into this. But anyway. Oh no, so we're playing Levante. It's better sort of playing against Celta Vigo. I was thinking, I don't remember seeing Celta Vigo on our fixture list just yet. Okay. So far this second half has been quite scrappy, as a cup game honestly should. That's a good ball out. Cáceres. I'm not expecting too much from them. As long as they can see the game out, I'm happy. Teo. Atura. Ndidi gets it out to Leon. Takes a touch. Can he deliver? Not the greatest cross ever, but we keep the ball alive. Atura, yes, he's done well. Gerard Moreno, bad ball there. Don't want you getting out of form because at the moment we're playing well. Okay, this is good. We're just keeping the ball. Gets it into the feet of Moreno, but he can't collect because the defender was a bit too physical for him then. Sergio Leon. Right, we are now going to be in the last 20 minutes. Good ball forward, but Alvaro reads it well, as a great centre-back should. This game isn't over yet though. That's the one thing I need to be wary against. I need to make sure that we can actually see this game out. Good passing though to get it to the wings. Into the feet of Moreno. Gets on his left foot. Probably was fouled in that, but because the player got the ball, I don't think it's ever going to be given on FIFA. Okay, you can definitely hear the Betis fans get behind their team now. Leon, he's put off Budaboos a bit there so he couldn't like square it. Good ball in, and it's going to go out for a goal kick, which is good. Last 12 minutes, have we got anyone that can just make a difference? Our team is just drained right now. You know what, I'm going to bring on Morales for Teo. I know Morales is quite nice, but Teo is absolutely drained. Unfortunately, couldn't get a goal in his return to Betis, only because Paul Lopez did so well in the first half. I haven't really tested him in the second half. Vasquez. I saw Lamina running through them, but he's got it back to Leon. Gets a ball in there. Moreno should collect. Gives it to the edge of the area to Atura. I just couldn't do much with it, so I decided just to play it back. Vasquez in behind. Ah, well done then by Fidel. Oh, let's just keep hold of it. Keep hold of it. Oh, Alvaro did brilliantly then. It was a risk turning back into trouble, but it just worked out. Into Moreno's feet. Gives it to Atura. To Cáceres. delivers it, but awful ball there. Right, last few minutes, can we just see this game out? Fans are going berserk saying, get forward! Get that last attack in. They've got plenty forward right now to cause problems. Sergio Leon. Their passing has been superb. Iturra does well. Indeed, Iturra gets it away. That should be it. And it is it. Oh, for a knackered team, very, very good win to help us progress to the next round of the Copa de España. It could have been more in the first half. I do understand that. Hopefully we can see that Paul Lopez save. I want to say it wasn't 22 minutes. It's not this one. This is the one where... How do you not save the best save of the game? That's such a shame. Garcia, no goal. What's this? Oh, this is it, I think. Yeah, it is. It is, because Garcia clears it. Okay, let's just hide that. Let's have a good look at this, because this is good. Vasquez, deep ball in, but like Moreno does well here to guide. Let's get rid of that arrow. Good header. Actually, it's not a great header. It's straight at Lopez. It hits his midriff and then gets saved onto the bar. But it's still a very, very good save. And Javi Garcia manages to... Why is it saying no goal for Javi Garcia when it's Fidel? Or Fidel that gets... Oh, wait. Is it Garcia here that just passes it straight back to the player? It is. That's a weird one. But anyway. It wasn't the best of games. Like, there wasn't many chances. We only had 6 like shots overall. Possession was quite equal. 88% possession for both teams, which is not possession, passing accuracy. I said that twice now in this game. Real Madrid are out of the Copa de España, and Barcelona again win the El Clasico. That just kind of sums up what Real Madrid are like in real life right now. But we have 5 days to prepare for the last game of the episode. We are 5 points clear of Barcelona, who are sat in second. We've got a bid for Javi Fuego. That is fine by me. We didn't use him in the last game, so I'm happy with that. These, I just don't see the point of accepting or rejecting, because they're not going to leave. I hate it when they just... there's players like that in the team. But we progress to the next round, and I want to say it's going to draw it here. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't. I thought there would actually be... No, this is La Liga Santander. What's it saying? Oh, Player of the Month for October shortlist. Obviously, Sanabria is in there. His goal scoring feats are fantastic. Renato Sanchez has been superb as well. But anyway, can we find out who we have next in the cup? Oh, I forgot. It's Copa de España, and they have 2 legs each round, don't they? But it's in December. It's like randomly, like a couple of months after the last game. But we take a lead, which is good. So our last game of the episode is against Levante, and our fixture list in November is pretty decent, to be honest. It's not too bad. But let's just get rid of those. Leon wants to play in this next game. I don't think you're going to be fit enough. Oh, Barcelona have played and they've drawn. Have they drawn? They drew 2-2 to Rayo Vallecano. And Real Madrid drew as well, who still can't get back into the top 4. Valencia lost as well. Atletico haven't... Wait, Atletico have played. They are... Oh my god. Everyone in the top 5 before we've played has dropped points. Barcelona and Real Madrid have both drawn. Valencia and Atletico Madrid have lost 3 in a row. Atletico Madrid have. They've, well, in the stream, they lost to us and they've lost the next 2 in the league. That's crazy. So we can actually now go 7 points clear after 11 games, potentially, if we win. We're at home to Levante, which is not going to be the easiest game. I'm going to give respect to Levante. Like, they're not the worst team ever. Okay, our team's quite fit, actually, so I'm happy with that. Sanabria comes back into the team. Actually, you know what? I don't want it to be showery. Come on. We want to end the episode. Let's have it clear at night. Morales is fit to play. Actually, did he even come on in the last game? Our bench isn't looking too bad either. Leon wants to start, but he's the most unfit player in our match day 18, but that's fine. Is there any more games going on? Did I even check that? There isn't any games going on at the same time. Let's get into the last game of this episode, and it is at home to Levante. Score predictions, Ali, if you're still watching. I'm going to say 2-0. I think it's going to be a game that's going to be quite scrappy early on, but I think we will get the first goal around half an hour mark, and then we'll get it around the 60-minute mark. So every half an hour we should get a game. 3-1 VILLARREAL. I was going to say 3-1, but I think we're actually going to get a clean sheet. I have an inkling, because we've done quite well.
It's a game really we don't have to sell for you. It's got such a fascinating history. You know the interest. You could have sold the stadium out, what, 5-6 times over, I reckon.
We are the league leaders right now. We are the team to beat right now. We've started the season phenomenally. I see, right. This is where I said, because we've not had a stream where we've won every game. We've won 4 in each of the streams so far. This is my first chance to get 5 out of 5. Hopefully we can do that. Let's go. Right, Sanabria. Can you make it 6 games in a row scoring? Even if you don't, I actually won't be too bothered if Sanabria doesn't score in this game. He's done brilliantly all stream, so... Vasquez has to cut back. It's not the greatest cross because it took a deflection. Sanabria on the volley. Ooh! When a player's hot, they are hot. Get it in, early ball. Comes out to Alvaro. Gives it to Sanchez, who is shortlisted for Player of the Month. Vasquez with a curler. Good save again by the keeper. Good start though by VILLARREAL. Jellis with a header. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. What a start in this first opening 6 minutes. What a start. Maybe should have been 1-0 up already. Did I turn time shooting up? Yeah, I don't play with time shooting. I just prefer it classic, to be honest. Like I'm not one of those people that plays too much Ultimate Team nowadays. I did actually play quite a bit of Ultimate Team at the start, and I've got a very good team actually. But no, I just prefer classic, where it's just a bit more manual and not down to me timing a shot well. Right, Sanabria. Oh, can't get it to Vasquez, who turns as a shot. Oh, nearly goes onto the head of Morales there. Okay, now we need to be wary of the counter-attack that Levante have. Costa gets out well to Lisa. Playing very well at the moment. Sanabria picks up the ball, gives it to Vasquez, who gets it out to Gaspar, who does manage to keep it in. Goes for the earlier cross, and it's well cleared by the keeper yet again. I think Levante are going to be one of those teams where they're going to be stubborn in defence, and it's going to be hard to break them down. But we have had a few early shots, but normally at the start of a game they are a lot more open. Okay, yeah, you might be right that, well, you are right that we did concede. We are 1-0 down against a run of play, and it is Roger for Levante. He's got 7 goals in La Liga, so maybe it's not too surprising. I did say that we should not be we need to not be too respectful to Levante. They are a decent team. We shouldn't just think it's a walkover game, because they are a team that have grown in the last few years. Alright, quarter way through this game, not how I expected it to go. We started very well, but yet we're the team that behind against a run of play. Alright, Gaspar is always a willing runner. That's a very good block there to stop Gaspar's cross. Goes for the switch. Can you get to that, Costa? You can't. And here come Levante again. Is this going to be a shock to the episode? Like I said, we haven't gone 5 wins in a row in a stream, and at this moment in time it's going to stay like that. Gaspar gets away again. It's cut in, gives it to Sanchez. Oh, I can't get it to Sanchez. Tolisso gets out to Costa on the left-hand side. Can we deliver a better ball? It's a better ball, but no one still was able to get to it. Sanchez into Sanabria, tries to get away, gives it to Gaspar, gets a cross in. That's a much better pass, but it's still frustrating. Back to Ndidi. Tolisso goes for the long shot, but it's over the bar. We shouldn't be resorting to long shots. We need to be patient. There's still a long way to go in this game, so I shouldn't panic. But the thing is, we're at home, so I need to get something from this, realistically. Sanchez ran into trouble, got it back though. Gets it to Tolisso through Sanabria. Sanchez goes for the curler. It's hit the outside of the post. That's twice we've hit the woodwork in this first half. We've had 7 shots, they've had 1. That shows how against a runner play it was. Oh, Sanabria was nearly in there to intercept. I worry about Levante though. They've been clinical. Right, Ndidi wins it back. That's good. Out to Morales, probably a bit wider than he would have liked. Vasquez is at the back stick, but it's saved. Vasquez, can he get there? This has been a half of ifs. Oh, that's poor. And it's going to be half time. 1-0 down to Levante. Frustrating half, considering we've had 8 shots to 1 shot. Possession has been much better. Their passing has been very good though, that's got to be said. But we need to improve in this second half. It's been a very unlucky first half. We've made the chances, just haven't taken them. Hit the crossbar and the post. After that first 6 minutes where we had 3 shots, about all of them could have gone in. It's just one of those games. It's the game saying you can't get 5 wins in a row. Okay. Right. I need players getting forward more now. Need to go for it. Ah, that's poor. Got it back though, Sanabria. I just need someone that runs in the right place. Right. Good overlap by Costa. Dinks it to the back stick again. It's just not working. Tolisso. Ah, he wasn't fouled. It was shoulder to shoulder. This is the counter bomb. They've got pace. Rogers kept the ball well there. And we've lost the ball. No, here we go. Get it out, get it out. Thing is, at the moment, nearly 15 minutes into this second half, nothing's really happened. That is a poor ball. I think Morales needs to come off and Teo needs to come on. We need that pace in behind. We need that pace in behind. Lamina on for Tolisso just for like fitness. But I'm tempted by bringing on Moreno just to bring on another player. Nah, I'm going to stick with the same formation because it does really work for me. We've just been so unlucky in this game. God knows how we're 1-0 down in this game. I need a player to come short. Oh, that was nearly through to Morales just before he goes off. Levante keeping the ball well. That's another frustrating thing. They're actually very good at just keeping the ball. Alvarez does very well to get the ball back though. No, that's a bad touch. This is the mistakes that players make when they're down in a game of FIFA. And here they go again, Levante. They're going to rub salt in the wounds. Gaspar does well. But now we're in the last quarter of the game and still no. It don't look like at the moment we're going to be getting an equaliser. Gives Sanchez. Vasquez is in behind. Oh, that's just poor. Right, keep hold of it, keep hold of it. Get it on the ground, which we've done. So look how defensive they are now. Overlap again by Costa. Sanabria has got the equaliser. This is a player that we've looked up to get the goals in this game. We're back in again. We've got 15 minutes or so to get a winner. A draw wouldn't be too bad, because it would be another stream where we get 4 wins and a draw. But because we're at home, we should be winning this game. I think those subs have come on at the right time. Now they can make a difference. But that was just composed, that was. Costa, brilliant little run in behind again, as he does every single game. Great ball. And now, here we go. Got Sanchez. It's not a great ball by Sanabria, I will say that much. Indeed, he tries to win it back. Come on, all we need is one decent chance to win this game. But Levante, again, are just proving that they are a team that do very well. Back to Rulli. I didn't mean to go back to Rulli, but I've got to deal with it. Right, here we go, come on. That's a poor pass. That was a simple pass through then. Levante are pushing for a winner. They've got players forward. We need to catch them on the counter-attack if we can. Koke has got past Costa there. Cabaselli out. And now here we go. No. Come on. 7 more minutes to go, the commentator just said. Costa is coming forward. Is this going to be the chance? Dinks it up. Vasquez. Oh, actually, I think it came off the defender. Back to the keeper. That was calm. No one's coming short to collect the ball. Oh, dear. This game is getting away from us now. If anything, Levante on the attack. Oh, my God. No. I can't get the ball away. Alright, 2 minutes at a time. That's all we've got. It's poor. It's going to end 1-1. The curse. The curse has not been lifted. Moses is through. He's put it wide. Thank God. Oh, it could have gone from bad to definitely worse. It has ended 1-1. It's not a game we deserve to draw or lose. We were the better side, but Levante on the counter were very decent. I'm gutted that we've dropped points again at home, because we dropped points at home to Valencia. It's always a 1-1 draw when I draw. It's weird. And again, it's another stream where we can't get maximum points. Couldn't capitalise and get further ahead in the league. Actually, I think it's 4. Actually, no, yeah, I think it's still 4 points. Oh no, it might be 5 points actually. I can't remember. But frustrating night at El Madrigal, or Estadio de la Ceramica, which is a new name. We didn't actually create that many chances the second half, which is unfortunate. Which is a shame. Costa again, man of the match. He was brilliant on the left, from left back. Thank God for Sanabria getting that equalising goal, but after that we just couldn't create anything. Levante were just tough with us. Frustrating game, and we paid a price, not taking our early chances. Started so well, then it went bad because we conceded through Rodgers' goal. I predicted 2-0, thinking it was going to be quite a close game, but we would do well. Obviously, Ali, you predicted 3-1. Sanabria picking up October's Player of the Month award, which is obviously very nice. He continuing to use his good goal scoring form. Leon disappointed not to start, but I don't think I'd ever played him in that game. So, obviously that... Oh, God, no, I need to stop it there so I can actually do the training. Get it up to the game against Rapid Vienna. On another day we would have battered Levante, I have no doubts about that, but it was just one of those games. And the thing is, one thing I do like about this series is when I do drop points, even though it's only a draw and we're still overachieving, we're still gutted, and that's what it's supposed to be. You actually get behind this team. I've fallen in love with this team. I'm not a VILLARREAL fan, but there are things that are very likeable. I've liked this team for a while, but now because obviously there's licensing in La Liga and they've got their stadium, they've got more game faces, I have fallen in love with this team. But unfortunately, after 15 games, it is another draw. But we still have a good record. We still haven't lost a game. We're still unbeaten. We're on 32 goals scored in 15 games, which is still over the two a game, which is good. Obviously, I like to cap off every stream by looking at the next 5 fixtures. So our next game is our away trip to Rapid Vienna. that shouldn't be the toughest game ever, but then we come back into La Liga and we play away to Rayo Vallecano, and as we saw, they got points away from Barcelona in recent weeks. Then we have our game against Betis, so we haven't actually played them except for the cup game, so it's going to be nice to play them again. Hopefully, Sanabria will be playing that game because it is after an international break. As there's 2 weeks between those games, so Sanabria will be playing against his old team. Hopefully by then he still can continue his goal scoring form. Then we've got a away tie against Rangers, so we play against Steven Gerrard's Rangers yet again. Hopefully by then we'd won against Rapid Vienna, so we've already through to the knockout stages. That'd be nice. And then the last game of the next stream is going to be a away trip to play Barcelona. Obviously I was going to say away trip to Nou Camp, but Nou Camp isn't on FIFA because of the licensing between Barcelona and PES. But the stream after that, obviously we are going to be playing against Real Madrid, and then we're going to be pushing into January. So it's going well. It's going well. So the last thing we're going to do to end the stream is look at some players' stats. I like to do this to see. 8 clean sheets in 13 for Rulli. Unfortunately, the 3 games that are significant to me that he hasn't kept a clean sheet, we have drawn. Unfortunately, obviously there's 5 games that he's conceded, minimum 5 games that he's conceded. No, there is 5 games he has conceded. What am I on about? Diego Lopez has played 2 games. He's got 2 clean sheets, which is actually very good. But obviously he's only a player that's coming for this season because he is 37 years old. I just needed a very cheap keeper. Right, let's get on to the goals. Obviously our top goal scorer is Sanabria, who's got 9 and 14, which is a very good record considering he's just joined the club. He's gone up 2 ratings to an 81 rated, which is nice, and he's just played well. Unal, he's out on loan to Valladolid, so I'm not worried about him. But 5 and 12 isn't bad for a player that he's quite young as well. But because he hasn't got his game face, I'm not likely to use him. If he comes back, I'll just probably sell him on. Moreno with 5 and 12, he's had a decent stream, a decent episode, scoring against Betis, and he scored 2 against, who was it? It was a home game. Rapid Vienna, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Rapid Vienna. It was. Vasquez has got 4 goals, 4 assists and 14. Maybe I'm being a bit critical. Maybe it's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe I expected a tiny bit more. Toliso's got 3 and 14. He's been a very good player since joining us. Morales has got 5 assists. He's got a couple of assists in this episode. He hasn't got a goal because I remember he scored his only 2 goals in the first 2 home games of the season in the league. Costa is on 2 from left back. That's fantastic. He always continues to perform despite the fact he's 30 and he's like losing a bit of his stats. Sanchez, obviously nominated for October's Player of the Month award, has had a very good month. Even though stats don't suggest that, he has 6 assists, which I think is the highest, I want to say. Lamina hasn't done too much in the stream. He's still got 2 goals, no assists. Leon has had a decent stream. He's played a couple of games in that time. Alvaro's got 1 goal. Teo's only got 1 and 12, which, again, being super critical, I expect more, but he has played a few as sub, so I can understand that. Top assisters, then, yes, Sanchez is top with that, but we've got the likes of Bandidi with 2, which is nice. We've got Munir that's got 2 assists and 9. Again, if I'm super critical, I'd like him to have scored by now, but he has been contributing in other areas. And he's played well in those games, honestly. But Sanabria is the star of this series so far, and it is good. I disagree with that. You're saying that wingers don't score much in FIFA, to be honest. For me, they do, normally. They actually do, but it's dependent on the wingers, because obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, and I've done Liverpool career on this FIFA already, and in the 2 seasons I've played, 2 full seasons I've played, Salah has scored over 100 goals, and this is on world class, and Mane's got about 70 or 80. So I do disagree with that. You do need quick wingers on this one, and I think one of the issues, and I've said this before, is Morales is a good winger and he's quite creative, But because he lacks quite a bit of pace compared to the likes of like Mane and Salah, because they're 90 mid 90s with pace, and like he's mid 80s. There is a significant difference. Teo, if he was a starter, I think would score more goals, but I just don't think at this stage he's good enough to be a starter. If Morales drops down even more, which it seems he probably will before the end of the season, then Teo will come into the game more. But I've been looking for like cheaper players for this season, but Teo was always a target of mine, and he is going to stay for a good few years with me. And the same applies to Vasquez. Even though he's a good winger, he's not the quickest. Sprint speed only 79 and his acceleration 84. If he was towards 90 for both of them, I honestly believe Vasquez would be a lot better. But for this team, I think he's fine. As long as someone's scoring the goals, and as we've seen, Sanabria is scoring the goals. Even though stats isn't like too great, look at that. But he's still very young, so he's still going to improve. But there are things I like about him. He's got 84 finishing. That's actually gone up from 81. So I'm not too worried. Like Munir, he is quite quick, I think. I know he's actually a lot slower than I actually thought Munir was. I swear he was like a lot quicker than that in previous FIFAs when he was a lot younger. I don't know. I'm being critical, but this is still a team I'm getting used to, and like considering that we haven't lost is still remarkable. Next stream, I expect Sanabria definitely to get into double figures for the season. There's no question about that. I'd like to see more from the wingers goal scoring, but I think how we play, I've noticed like in the Premier League on this game, wingers can get in behind a lot better. It's more open football. With La Liga on this game, it seems like teams are a lot more compact, meaning that you have to play on the edge of the box and try and just like create chances properly. But I think counter-attack works a lot better in the Premier League on this game, but that's just opinion. But overall, I'm very happy. I'm disappointed again with drop points at home. If it was away at Levante, I would have said okay, that's fine. But because it was at home, I'm a bit disappointed. And against Levante, I'm expected to score, win still, despite them being a decent team. Actually, where are Levante? This is probably going to make me feel so bad. Literally, this is the last thing that I'm going to do on this stream, because we have been going for about an hour and 40, which is this is our longest stream to date. They're not in top 8. They're actually second bottom. They did not play like a second bottom team, I'll tell you that much. They played well. Considering they've conceded 18 goals, we only put 1 past them. Yeah, I wasn't expecting 19th. Like, wow is the word. The thing is, though, I would have been more disappointed if we played shit. I thought we played well, especially first half. Second half, we struggled, but we did get that equaliser, so I'm kind of happy with that. To be fair, against Girona, I remember we only won 2-0. That was a tough game as well. It seems like we have better luck against teams that are a bit further up. We played very well against Deportivo Alaves, who was sat in 7th. We have dropped points against Valencia and Sevilla. Sevilla actually 16th. Why? Like, they've just been struggling. They've only got 2 wins out of 11. That's crazy. Sociedad have climbed up. They've only lost 1 game, and that was to us, I think. Yeah, I think we've played them. I think we played them. Yeah, we played them on opening day. We won 4-0 against them. So that just proves. Not trying to take shots at you, but that's the truth. Just like... funny. I didn't see that Liverpool comment. Wait, just like Liverpool? What do you mean? Oh, struggle against the teams towards the bottom. Well, obviously last night you can definitely say that, but this season we've been winning against top teams. Like in the league, we've got 3 draws, obviously, and those teams that we've drawn against in the league have been Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester City. So, if anything, we're struggling more against the top teams in the league. But yeah, after last night, I just think last night was just a blip for Liverpool. We played poor. Red Star were just up for it. They were brilliant, in fact. So you're gonna have games like that where you just lose stupidly, but overall, I remain optimistic getting out of that group especially because PSG and Napoli drew later in the evening, which is good for us. We just need. I think honestly we'll get through to the knockout phases as long as we beat Napoli at home. If we can beat them at Anfield, I think that should be enough. I expect us to lose away to PSG because, let's be honest, it's PSG. Yeah, I do agree with that statement. We were poor. We should have taken our chances, but yeah, with those chances, especially like Sturridge's in the first half, he like missed a sitter. Mane should have had a much better connection in the second half, and there was a couple more chances that we should have taken. Like Matip had a header quite late on that he headed wide of the goal, but Salah managed to get on target. Salah should have scored very late on with a shot down low to the bottom right. It's one of those days, and that kind of sums up. That I think that the game last night for Liverpool kind of summed up how, well, our last game in this stream today against Levante, we had chances, just couldn't take them, except for one really. Lallana's dead in rebuild. I thought Lallana played all right first half. Yeah, I do know what you mean though, because that's one of the criticism I have about Liverpool's midfield at the moment is we don't have a player that can score from outside the box. We don't have obviously Coutinho anymore, who we could rely on getting like 10, 15 goals from midfield from like a brilliant shot from the edge of the box. We don't obviously have like the likes of Steven Gerrard who can score from anywhere. We do miss Ox. I do totally agree with that. He's probably the one midfielder I would say that could do that. Shaqiri obviously didn't travel because obviously controversy of what he did at the World Cup. Who probably could have been a good player last night. Yeah, Ox played very well. He was very much a good like cam for us last season, but obviously that unfortunate injury. Yeah, we do miss him, but I'm obviously delighted with this season. We're still exceeding probably expectations of how we've done. Brilliant start in the league. Obviously, we went out of the cup to Chelsea, which isn't too bad. And in the Champions League, we're in different form. We've won both our home games, but lost both our away games. I think a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, we got to the final of the Champions League last season, so we should be doing that again. I honestly thought straight away this season we were going to struggle a lot more, and obviously that's been the case because I think last season was because we weren't going for the title. We were prioritising the games in the Champions League. Obviously, we had a great run winning both home and away against City. We just got through against Roma after a brilliant first leg, but second leg we lost 4-2, I think. We battered Porto away 5-0 in the round of 16, but then drew 0-0 at Anfield. And obviously, Loris Karius was the reason probably why we lost the Champions League final, but yeah, things happen like that. It's just one of those things. Like, I'll back Liverpool to the end, but last night was just a blip. But yeah, I think that it could be a blessing in disguise if we go out of the Champions League. But at the end of the day, if we struggle, chances are though, if we don't get through in the Champions League, we're going to be in Europa League, which would be worse for us. So yeah, we do need to get through the knockout phases, and even if we go out in say the first knockout round, I'd be happy with that just to get to knockout stages, and then after that focus on the league. But at the end of the day, even in the league, even though we've had a fantastic start, we've still got Chelsea above us who had a great start under Sarri, and obviously Manchester City who I believe will win the league. But because they're just a much better team than anyone, they've just surpassed every expectation, and I'm a huge fan of Pep. And I even don't mind Man City. So anyway, enough of chit chat, enough about Liverpool, because this is my VILLARREAL career series on FIFA 19. If you guys have enjoyed, obviously Ali, you're in the stream right now, but obviously this will be going up as a video in about an hour, I'd say, if it like processes. But yeah, if you have enjoyed, Please leave a like rating. I don't put any emphasis on people to sub to me too, but it would help if you want to keep updated with the series. Obviously, Ali said that you subbed, and I do appreciate that, and thank you for joining me. It's been a good stream overall. Obviously disappointment at the end, but things happen like that. You can't have everything your own way, otherwise it would be too easy and it'd probably be boring to watch. But there's been a lot of action in the games that we played today. Probably around the same time tomorrow I'll be streaming, so if you want to join me, feel free. But yeah, until next time, guys, goodbye.